In 2014, African leadership from across the continent pledged to end hunger and triple agricultural productivity by 2025 under the Malabo Declaration on Accelerated Agriculture Growth. As a result of this and other initiatives, many countries are working to increase public investments in agriculture and attract new private sector investment. Their actions also often work to strengthen the enabling environment, that is, the legal, regulatory, institutional, and social or cultural conditions operating in a particular country, in order to ensure a positive return on these investments and create a more food-secure Africa. Let's take a closer look at how one productivity challenge is being addressed through a set of harmonized actions across countries in Southern Africa to improve access to safe and high-quality seeds. Let's examine the case of a new seed variety developed and grown in Zambia. Why a new variety, you may ask? Why not use existing seeds? Well, many factors go into the choices farmers make. They may want access to new varieties that are more resistant to certain diseases, have higher yields, or characteristics that command better prices at the market. However, before new varieties can go into distribution and ultimately reach farmers, new varieties must go through several steps. These can include breeding, lab testing, field testing, release and certification processes, and ultimately inclusion in approved seed variety registries. Now, let's say Zambian farmers buy these seeds from local agro-dealers and retailers and begin planting them with great success. Word travels quickly that the new seeds work well, and soon people in neighboring countries are asking how they can get this new variety. The companies producing and selling the seed want to expand to reach these new markets and farmers. However, to take a new seed formally to another country means the seed has to comply with relevant policies, regulations, and standards, as well as go through border inspection and possible quarantine. If each country has a different set of rules and regulations, the process to commercialize seeds across borders can be lengthy and often cost prohibitive, creating disincentives for those working in the seed sector. But what if some of these challenges could be streamlined? By creating common frameworks, coordinating institutions, and harmonizing regulations and standards, creating new varieties and selling seeds to farmers regionally can be easier and safer for both sellers and farmers. Harmonization of seed sector regulations can streamline formal processes and expand markets and seed options for farmers, seed sellers, and households, who will ultimately benefit from more food and higher incomes. The Southern Africa Development Community, or SADC for short, is working to do just that through a new harmonized seed regulation system. The efforts to harmonize seed regulations in Southern Africa haven't happened overnight. In fact, they are still evolving as members address various emerging issues. Early discussions started in the 1980s, though it wasn't until 2008 that the Technical Agreement on Harmonization of Seed Regulations in the region was published, and 2013 when the Memorandum of Understanding between member countries took effect. True alignment and agreement, and the structures and resources needed to support them, take time to create and maintain, and are not yet finished. In 2015, Feed the Future's Enabling Environment for Food Security project conducted a rapid assessment in Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe to inform USAID's work to support member states and these regional reform and harmonization efforts. Several key recommendations emerged from the study's findings related to the functioning of SADC's regulation system. For example, one priority focus area is implementation planning, with attention to staffing and budget needs for the SADC Seed Center, as well as member country capacity building and training activities. Another set of recommendations center on technical considerations for continuous best practices. For example, identifying ways to learn from other ongoing work, such as the Early Generation Seed Initiative. Finally, findings note opportunities for increasing country-level input and engagement in regional reform efforts. For example, holding more country-specific consultations to share information and educate stakeholders as implementation moves forward. Efforts like these to address underlying constraints to agricultural productivity are critical so that Africa can achieve its agricultural transformation goals. To learn more, check out the full report on AgriLinks.